Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be going over some basic concepts from Chem 335 Biophysical Chemistry, such as salting in and salting out. So whenever we're talking about protein solubility, we know that a protein in a solution of water, as we increase the concentration of salt, we're going to see that the solubility increases. Then, as you continue to increase the salt, it remains relatively constant until you get to a certain point where the solubility will begin to decrease once again. To understand what's going on, first you have to understand the way a protein is structured. We know that in the core of a protein, we're going to have a lot of hydrophobic residues, and on the surface, we're going to have many charged residues and polar residues. Now, what's going on with salting in? As you increase the concentration of salt, the protein solubility begins to increase. Why? That is because when it's all by itself in water, pure water, water is going to be solvating those charged residues. But as you increase salt, those salt ions are going to displace the water molecules when solvating those residues. So what is that going to do? As you increase the concentration of salt and you displace those water from solvating those residues, theoretically, the amount of water that is free in solution also increases. Or another way of saying that is that the activity of the water increases. Because there is more water in solution, you now have more water to solubilize more protein. And that is why the solubility increases. As you continue to add more salt, nothing changes. And the reason for that is because you've already added enough counter ions to replace all the water on the surface of the protein. However, when you get to this point, this is when you've added so much salt that the water will begin to favor solubilizing the salt over the protein. And what this does is that, again, with too much salt, the amount of free water in your solution is now going to decrease. And the activity of the water is going to decrease as well. What this does is it decreases the amount of water that's capable of solubilizing your protein. And that is why the solubility decreases. I hope this theory question cleared up some concepts, and I hope to see you at the crash course.